Imagine waking up to a message on your phone that says, here's what's in your inbox, here's what's in your calendar, and here's what needs your attention. Without asking your AI system, it just checked by itself everything and sent you a summary every single day. And that's exactly what we're going to be building today with OpenClaw. I'll show you how to connect OpenClaw to your Gmail and Google Calendar, how to use it to manage your emails and scheduling through Telegram, and how to automate the whole thing so it runs daily without you lifting a single finger. Hey, I'm Sam from AI Academy. Let's get into it. Okay, but first things first, let me explain what's actually going on here. An operations assistant is just a fancy way of saying an AI that handles the boring admin stuff. Checking your email, updating your calendar, sending you reminders, summarizing what happened while you were asleep. Now, most people do this manually every morning or whenever they'll clock in at work. They open their Gmail, they scan through everything, open the calendar, figure out what's happening today. Then they reply to a few things, and by the time you're done, an hour or two have already gone. So what we're going to do is connect OpenClaw to your Google Workspace so it can do all of that for you to save you so much time. Then we'll automate it so it happens on a daily schedule. Now, there are actually 3 steps to this. First is connecting Google Workspace. Then second, test it with a real email and calendar task. And third, set up a cron job so it runs automatically every morning. And by the end of this video, you'll have an AI assistant that can actually check your inbox, manage your calendar, and send you a daily operations summary, all running on your own VPS, all controlled through Telegram. Okay, so first things first, let's connect OpenClaw to our Google Workspace. The first thing we need to do is install a skill called the GOG skill. Now, this is the plugin that connects OpenClaw to your entire Google ecosystem. So it will connect it to Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Google Sheets, Google Documents, Contacts, just everything. Now, this is really important that you use a separate Google account for this. You don't want to use your personal Gmail because OpenClaw, when it comes to security, is not the best. So you want to create a throwaway account specifically for OpenClaw demos and testing. This keeps all of your real data safe. So if you go to my screen now, let's start by installing the first skill. So what you want to do is literally go into your Telegram chat and then you just type in install and set up the GOG Workspace skill. And then once you finish, you hit enter and then just wait for the agent to install it. It will take a couple of minutes to do. The skill is installed, fantastic, it's updated. And then what it will do now, it'll also ask for some credentials and tell you to go to the console.cloud.google.com website. And now that we need to set up the Google Cloud side, and this is the longest part of this video, but you only need to do this step once. So let me now show you how to do this. Okay, so you now want to go to the console cloud Google website, and then also make sure you've logged in with your throwaway email account. Now, open the new project, type OpenClaw, create it, and then wait a few seconds for it to be created. And then once it's done, you want to go click select a project in the upper left corner, and then open the new project you created, and then now open the side panel, and then go all the way down to APIs and services, click on that, and then you want to search for the Gmail API. So hit enable API services, and then now search for the Gmail API. And then it should come up, just click on it, and then literally hit enable. It'll take a few seconds, but once it's connected, then this will literally give OpenClaw access to your Gmail. Now that this is done, you then want to just repeat this process for Google Calendar's API, and then after this, also Google Drive's API, Google Sheets API, Google Documents API, and even the People API. So any kind of tools that's within the Google Workspace, you pretty much want to use this process to be able to connect all the APIs to your OpenClaw account. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I guess editor can either speed this bit up, or we could probably take either skip it or speed it all up. Okay, fantastic. So now that we're nearly done, you now want to go back and to verify everything's enabled, go and look for any purple links that's within the API page. And now that we have all the APIs set up, we need to create credentials so OpenClaw can actually authenticate and be able to use these tools. Okay, so what you do is go to the left sidebar, click on credentials, and then you want to click on the Zero Authentic Client, which should be on the right, so configure, and then literally click get started. Now here you enter just OpenClaw or whatever name you want to name your assistant, and then also you want to select the throwaway email that you created, click external, click next, and then again enter the contact information. Again, use a throwaway email as well. And once it's done, click next again, agree with it, continue, and then hit create. Now go back, once it's done processing, you want to then go back to the APIs and services panel. So here it says that we haven't created or configured any authenticated clients yet. So click on the right, select the application type, hit desktop app or whatever application you're on, and then again OpenClaw for the name. Hit create, and then you want to download this JSON file because we'll be be using it in a later step. Now that you have the JSON file, you want to literally take it and then drag and drop it into your Telegram chat. So open Telegram, drop it in, and then what happens is that the bot will actually confirm the credentials are stored, and it will ask you for some extra details for your Gmail address. But let's wait a few seconds for it to confirm. Enter again the throwaway Gmail accounts that you're using, and then the bot will actually give you an authorization link. Make sure to read the instructions first before clicking this link. Now what happens is after you click, it will actually redirect you to a localhost, and the page will actually fail to load, as we can see in a second. So if we enter the throwaway email, the page won't be asked to verify. Continue. Now select all, hit continue, and then this page fails to load. That's absolutely fine. We want to get the URL, and then we go back to Telegram and we paste this into OpenClaw. And then finally, using that link, OpenClaw will show that we've connected successfully. Okay, so if it says, however, the app is in testing mode and you need to add a test user, make sure to go back to Google Cloud Console, click APIs in the Services tab, then go to the Authenticated Consent screen, then the audience. You want to then scroll down to test users, click add users, enter your email, and then save it, and try the authorization process again in Telegram. Once it's connected, your bot now has access to all the Gmail, calendar, drive, contacts, just everything in your Google Workspace. And now you're ready to start managing your emails and your calendar. So let's test it. The easiest way to see if it's working is to ask your agent about your calendar. So in Telegram, all that you do now is just ask it. So literally just go down and just ask it, what's on my calendar for this week? Let's type that in. And then hopefully, if this goes well, OpenClaw should be connected and it should literally show to us what's on our calendar. I've added a couple of demo events and tasks, so hopefully the right ones should appear. Fantastic. And just like that, it's literally loading up all the tasks that's within our calendar. Now that's done. Let's now try email. So I'm going to ask it to show the 5 most recent emails that I've got, and that's unread, and then just say it to send me the sender and the subject. That's literally it. And hopefully as well, it should bring me the correct details that's within my email as well. So let's see what it says. Okay, fantastic. That's literally the emails that I have. But here's where it gets more powerful, because you can actually manage things through the same chat as well. So I'm going to ask it to reschedule my meetings and then also send an email as well for the people I was meant to have these meetings with. So instead of me having to manually do everything in multiple different tabs, OpenClaw hopefully should get this done for us now. So let's see if it will go through. The agent might ask for confirmation as well before it makes any, changes that we can't. That's irreversible. So you want to confirm that. That's all good. And then if everything goes well, everything should now be updated. Again, editor would probably cut this bit out. The weighting, the gaps, I think just makes it a bit more fast. And fantastic. Just like that, it's now being updated. And if you look into our Google Calendar, we can literally see that everything has actually been rescheduled and has been updated, which is great. Fantastic. You just rescheduled a meeting and sent an email without opening Gmail or Google Calendar, all from Telegram message. And you can go further than that actually. You can say, draft a reply to that email from the marketing team, but don't send it just yet. Let me review it first. And your assistant will literally write the draft, show it to you in Telegram, and then you approve it and then it sends it itself. Or you can say something like, find all the emails from this week that I haven't replied to and list them out. Now, the AI assistant will scan your inbox and give you a summary. And that inbox triage will literally do all of this in 10 seconds, which will save you so much time. Now, for your calendar, you can also ask things like, please, OpenClaw, can you block out 2 hours tomorrow afternoon for deep work? Or what does my Friday look like? Or move my 3 p.m. meeting to 4 p.m. instead and send the members an updated invite, all through your Telegram Messenger. And that exactly is the core of what an AI operations assistant is all about. You can tell it what to do in plain English and it handles the tools for you. Okay, so we've made really good progress so far, but now we need to talk about how to automate it with cron jobs, because doing all of this manually is already very useful, but the real power is when your agent does it automatically on a schedule. Now, I've talked about cron jobs in another video on this channel, so make sure to check that out. And it's basically the same idea here, but now you're pointing those cron jobs at your specific email and Google Calendar. So now let me show you exactly how to do this. So first, you want to go into OpenClaw's dashboard, and then you want to go to the cron jobs in the left sidebar. Now, on the screen, you've actually got status on the left and job creation form on the right. So again, we want to enter the basics and name what this job will be, which will be the morning operating or the morning ops briefing. Then you want to set the schedule. For me, it's going to basically be every day, so every one and then days. And then if you scroll further down, you then want to enter instructions in terms of what this job will be. So I want to check my Gmail for any unread messages, also check my Google Calendar for today's events, and then also summarize anything important and send me a short update, which will be on Telegram as well. Once that's done, let's scroll down, and then we now want to make sure it's all good and then add the job. And then literally, as we can see here, it'll update in the job section, and you can see this cron job right there. Now, every morning, your agent is going to check your inbox and calendar and send you a summary. You wake up, check your Telegram, and you already know what needs your attention. You can add more cron jobs for different things. Let's say, for example, a weekly report that summarizes what happened over the last 7 days, or an afternoon check that flags any emails you haven't replied to, or a reminder 30 minutes before every meeting that you have. Each job is a separate cron job. Now, the key difference between this and just asking your agent manually is that you don't have to remember to do all of this. The cron job runs whether you're at your desk or not. And it's a difference between having an assistant you have to tell what to do every morning, or having a powered one who's already knows what needs to be done and they're already doing it for you. Now, let me give you some tips on how to run all of this safely. There's a few important things that you need to keep in mind before you start using this for real. First, always use a throwaway Google account. You can't use your real one. You need to create a separate Gmail specifically for OpenClaw. If anything goes wrong with the server, or if your API keys get exposed, your actual Gmail and Google Calendar stay completely untouched. Also, second, start with read-only tasks. Let your agent check your inbox and summarize it before you give it permission to send emails on your behalf. You can get comfortable with how it reads and interprets the emails first. Then once you trust it completely, let it draft replies for you to approve. Now, third, always review before sending anything. When your AI agent drafts an email or proposes any calendar change, it should ask you to confirm before taking action. If it doesn't, make sure to go into your sol.md file to always ask for approval before sending anything. This is one of the rules you want to set early and never forget. Now, the fourth tip is also restart your gateway after installing the GOG skill. You want to run OpenClaw gateway restart in your terminal so the new skill gets picked up properly. Because if you skip this step, your agent might not have access to the Google tools, even though the skill is installed. And also, the fifth tip is keeping your JSON credential file safe. Never share this. Don't leave it in a public folder, and don't show it on screen if you're recording. That file is the key to Google account access. And that's exactly how you build an AI operations assistant with OpenClaw. Connect to Google Workspace, manage your emails and calendar through Telegram, and then automate everything with cron jobs. Now, if you haven't set up OpenClaw, make sure to check out the other tutorials that we have on this channel. And if you need a VPS to run it on, Hostinger has a plan with up to 67% off that I've linked down below. If you use any of our links, you do get a small referral fee at no extra cost to you. And it's exactly how we keep creating free videos like this for people like yourself. So thanks a lot for checking it out. I'm Sen from AI Academy. If you want to learn more, make sure to check out this video.